of it like a saving. Okay, it's the difference of what you are willing to pay versus what you actually paid. Okay, for example, if you wanted to buy trousers, you're willing to pay 100 kwacha, but you actually pay 50 kwacha. Your consumer surplus is 50 kwacha. So this is like a saving. This saving is the benefit to you as the customer. Okay, then producer surplus, the overall benefit to the supplier is just basically the difference between what the supplier is willing to sell the good for and what they actually sell the good for. So for a supplier side, this is more like the extra money you earn. Okay, if you are selling tomatoes and you're willing to sell tomatoes for 5 kwacha each, but you actually sell them for 9 kwacha, your producer surplus is 4 kwacha. So this is like the extra return that you get. Okay, then we've also got what is called deadweight loss, okay, which is the loss in overall efficiency or benefit in the market. Okay. Or you can think about it as this is what could have been produced but isn't produced. Why? Because either a price ceiling or a price floor or a tax has been enacted. Okay, so we're going to use this example to illustrate everything we are talking about here. So we've been given a demand function here. QD equals 120 minus 2PD. Right. Remember, the demand function is showing the relationship between quantity demanded and the price of the good. This minus sign tells us there is a negative relationship. When price of the good goes up, the quantity demanded or the quantity that is bought of that good will reduce. If the price of the good goes down, the quantity that's bought of the good will increase. That's the negative relationship, holding other factors constant. Then with supply, we've got this positive relationship here. Alright. If the price of the good increases, quantity supplied also increases. Okay? If the price of the good drops, also supply is also going to drop. Law of supply, positive relationship between price and quantity supplied, holding other factors constant. Okay. So the first thing they're asking us here is calculate the equilibrium price and quantity. Okay. So remember, at equilibrium, quantity demanded for a good equals the quantity supplied for the good, and also the price paid for the good by the customer is equal to the money received for the good by the seller. Alright, so we need to equate both the demand and supply functions. Okay. Since quantity is our subject of the formula here, so we're going to use this one here. If price was the subject of the formula, we would have used this one here. We would have used PD equals PS. Alright, so we're going to equate QD equals QS, so this is going to be 120 minus PD equals 2PS. So colleagues, remember, at equilibrium, PD equals PS, so we don't need to show, we just write it as P. Okay, because the price that is paid for the good is equal to the money that is received for the good. Government is not getting any share of that money. Okay, theoretically, it's just between the seller and the buyer. Government is not in the middle there. So we solve for equilibrium price. terms together. So we're going to have 120 equals 2p plus 2p. 120 equals 4p. Get the value of p, we divide 120 by 4, and we get an equilibrium price of 30 watt. That is our equilibrium price. Okay, colleagues. Yes, I believe this part we're all okay with this. Are there any questions just in case? Okay. Now we can get our equilibrium quantity. So you can substitute P equals 30 into the demand function or the supply function. So we'll use the supply function. Okay. This is substitute P equals 30 into the supply function. So we've got QS equals 2PS. Remember, PS equals PD, which equals 30. Right, so quantity supplied is just going to say 2 times 30. That is 60 units. Okay, colleagues, that is 60 units. So we are done with the first part. Okay, we've calculated our equilibrium, price, and quantity. So we go to part 2. We'll have to calculate the consumer surplus and the producer surplus. So here we're going to need the aid of the diagram. Okay, we need the aid of the diagram, as you are going to see. So let me make this. Price here, we got quantity. So we'll start with our supply function, okay? For our supply function, okay, we're just going to say QS equals 2PS. Okay, want to find out what is the quantity supplied and the price is 0. Okay. What is the quantity supplied when the price is 0? What is the so here quantity supplied is 0. What is the price when the quantity supplied is 0? Yes, that's what I meant. What is the price when the quantity supplied is 0? The price is 0. Okay. So the quantity supplied is 0 and the price is 0. So our supply function is going to start from the origin here. And for the demand function, I want to find both the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Okay. The supply function is only just the y-intercept, which you just need to find out. Okay. The supply never cuts the x-axis anyway. Okay. So for our demand function, which is Q 120 minus 2p So when price is 0, what is the quantity demanded? So you substitute 0 for PT here. $120 minus 2 times 0. It's 120. 2 times 0 is 0. 120 minus 0, that's 120. Okay. So when the price is 0, the quantity demanded is 120 units. So this is our x-intercept here. Okay. And when the quantity is 0, what is the price? So you say when QD equals 0, so our demand function will become like this. 0 equals 120 minus 2p. So we need to find the value of p. This negative 2p will go over the equal sign, so we're going to have 2p equals 120. $120 divided by 2, that is 60. So the price is 60 kwacha when the quantity demanded is 0. So here on our y-axis, we're going to put 60. Colleagues, any questions before I move further? All right. So once we've got that, now remember our equilibrium price was 30 kwacha. The equilibrium quantity was 60 units. 60 units. Okay. So we can now this region which I'm painting in orange, this is consumer surplus. Then the triangle in white there is the producer surplus. So we now need to calculate this. Okay. We need to calculate the consumer surplus. So put here, this is CS. And the producer surplus here, PSC. Okay, we need to calculate them. So pay close attention here. So we'll start with the consumer surplus. So basically, it's just like getting the area of a triangle, colleagues. Okay. If we remember from high school. Okay. Here we have two triangles here. Okay. This triangle is for the consumer surplus. This triangle below is for the producer surplus. Okay. So you just need to find out what is the height of this triangle. We're going to say 60 minus 30. 60 minus 30, height of this triangle is 30. Okay. What is the breadth of this triangle? Okay, from 0 here to 60 units. The breadth is 60 minus 0, that is 60. So we now calculate for consumer surplus CS. Going to be half times B times H. So we're going to say half times the base is 60. The height is 30. Okay. So half of 60, that is 30. 30 times 30, that is 900 kwacha. Any questions, colleagues? Okay. The producer surplus. Half times B times H. Also the producer surplus is 900 kwacha. Any questions, colleagues? Before we move to the next part. So that's how you calculate your producer surplus and consumer surplus. Just areas of the triangle. Okay. Now the next part here. If a price ceiling of 15 kwacha is put, okay, how does this affect the producer and the consumer surplus? Right, so let me just redraw the graph here again. Colleagues, what is the effect whenever there is a price ceiling? Who benefits? Who benefits when there is a price ceiling? Yes, Mr. John. Who benefits when there is a price ceiling? No, colleagues. We were doing this yesterday. We've forgotten. Mr.
Can I try?
Yes, please try.
I think it's the one who buys usually is the one that benefits the buyer.
Say that again.
I was saying that
It's a
usually
consumer.
it's the one who buys you most of the time, the one that benefits
The consumer.
the product.
It's the consumer who is going to benefit. Okay, this is our price ceiling here. Remember, what's the definition of a price ceiling?
The exact. This is the put a solid put a bad
Oh, network, madam, network. You are breaking. You are breaking. Anybody else? Anybody else? This is the maximum legal amount that can be charged for a good. Okay. So this is the ceiling. So you can't. The ceiling is 15 kwacha. So you can't go above the price ceiling. Okay. You can't go above the price ceiling. Okay. So here, pay attention so that because there are a lot of figures you need to extract here. Okay. First things first. With this price ceiling, we need to find out what is the quantity supplied. Listen, where the price ceiling touches the supply function, that will give us the quantity supplied. Okay. So our supply function was here QS equals 2PS. Okay. So the price ceiling is 15 kwacha. So you're going to substitute that into your supply function. 2 times 15 kwacha 30 units. Okay. So the quantity supplied is 30 units, and this price ceiling is enacted. Okay, 30 units. Okay. So this dotted line for 30 here, you need to extend it up to the demand curve. Okay. You have to extend it up to the demand curve here, like this. Okay, because we need to know this price here. Okay, that price there is going to help us calculate the new surplus. Okay. So this Q equals 30. You're going to substitute it into the demand function. We want to get this price here. Okay, colleagues. This Q equals 30. You put it in the supply function. We put the price, which is 15 quarter, in the supply function. But to get this price here, which is price X here, this 30 units here, you need to substitute it into the demand function. Okay. So QD equals 120 minus 2 PD. Okay. One fine. What's the price when the quantity is 30 units? We'll take this negative 2 PD over this side. Becomes positive 2 PD. We have 2 PD equals 120 minus 30. 120 minus 30, that is 90. So divide both sides by 2. The price is going to be 45 kwacha. So here we have put this X here, we're going to put 45 kwacha. So colleagues, right, now this is how our diagram is going to look because of the price ceiling. Okay, your consumer surplus is now going to become a trapezium, like this. Okay. Where the price ceiling ends, that's where the consumer surplus ends also. Okay. This is our new consumer surplus. Okay. Consumer surplus now becomes a trapezium. Just remember, whenever a price flow or when a price ceiling is added, consumer surplus becomes a trapezium. If it's a price flow, the producer surplus becomes the trapezium. Okay. Then our producer surplus becomes this small triangle here in blue. This one here. This is our producer surplus. Because remember, price ceiling benefits who? The customer more than the seller. Okay. Then this triangle here, which I'll shade in purple. This is the dead weight loss. Okay. This is what could have been produced, but is lost due to the effect of the price ceiling. So this in purple is the dead weight loss. Yes. So we're going to calculate these figures now. Okay. So we're going to start with the producer surplus. Okay. So let me isolate these triangles so that you see what's happening. Okay. So the producer surplus, as I said, is this triangle here in I'll put it here, PS in blue. So if we bring this triangle by itself here, if we isolate this small triangle here, like this. The height of this triangle is 15. Okay. Remember, 15 minus 0, 15. That is the height. The breadth of this triangle from 0 to 30, 30 minus 0, it is 30. So the breadth is equal to 30. Okay. So the new producer surplus, PS, is going to be half multiplied by B times H. So we'll say half multiplied by the breadth is 30, the height is 15. So half of 30 is 15. 15 times 15. From 900, it has reduced to 225 watts. Any questions before I get the consumer surplus? Okay, we get the consumer surplus. We draw the trapezium. So a trapezium can be broken down into a triangle and a rectangle. So we just need to get these heights. Okay. So the total height of this trapezium from 15 units to 60 here. 60 minus 15, that is 45. Okay. That's the this total height from 15 units, 15 kwacha up to 60 kwacha. Okay. The height is what is 45. The breadth, okay, from 0 to 30. Okay, from 0 to 30, that is the breadth. Then as you can see, there's this other second height from 15 units up to 45 units. Okay, colleagues, this one here. From 15 units up to 45 units, this second height here. So 45 minus 15, that is 30 units. Okay. So as I said, we can break this into a small triangle and a rectangle. Okay. We can label the rectangle as 1, the triangle as 2. So the height of this triangle, 45 minus 30, it is 15. Okay. Just subtracted this 45 minus 30 just to get this small height for this triangle. Okay, so height for the triangle is 15. Okay, so consumer surplus is going to be half multiplied by B times H for the small triangle plus B times H for the rectangle. Oh, this is a square. This is 30 here, 30 here. So this is a square there. Okay. So we're going to say half multiplied by B, which is 30 multiplied by 15 plus B times H, that is 30 times 30. So half times 30, that is 15. 15 times 15, that's 225 units. Plus 30 times 30, that is 900. 225 plus 900. 1,125. So the consumer surplus has increased because of this price ceiling. Okay, they're the ones who are benefiting from the price ceiling. Okay. Any questions before we find out what the deadweight loss is? What could have been produced by this loss?
Sir. So, can we just like maybe we can go straight instead of finding each triangle and the rectangle? Maybe if what about if I use a formula for finding the area of the trapezium? Is going to give me the same answer, or you have to stick to this one?
No, it will give you the same answer. You know that I've forgotten that formula for area of the trapezium.
Okay,
for me, that's what I've used. For me, that's what I've used. I've used the area of the trapezium, which is half bracket A plus B, then times height. Then it has given me exactly the same answer.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. So it's good we even remember these formulas. So that's great, sir. All right, colleagues, just say it again so that for everyone's benefit, half A plus B times H, right?
Yes.
So I believe your A is 45, your B is 30, and your H is 30, right? Is that how you did it? A 45, B 30, H 30.
Yes.
Okay. So colleagues, you can use this formula here, area of a trapezium, and you will get the same answer. Okay? Instead of using the long cut there. So thank you, sir, for that. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? So colleagues, remember, whenever there is a price ceiling, okay, you're always going to have a shortage. Why? Because your quantity demanded, QD here, is going to be greater than quantity supplied. Quantity supplied here is 30 units. Quantity demanded, we can also find it. Okay. It's not part of the question here. Okay, but you can also find your quantity demanded. You see it's greater than your thing, quantity supplied. So it means there is a shortage. Okay. Yes. So now we need to get the dead weight loss. This triangle here in purple. Okay. This is what could have been produced, but is lost due to this price ceiling. Okay. So for this triangle here, okay, this we call this the base. It's from 45 to 15 here. Okay, 15 and 45 here, as you can see. 45 and 15. This. So 45 minus 15, that is 30. That is the base. In the height, from this 30 to 60. 60 minus 30, that is 30 units. So height, 30 units. Okay. So area of the triangle, for the dead weight loss, DWM, is going to be half times B times H. It will be half multiplied by 30 times 30. Half of 30 is 15. 15 times 30. 450 kwacha. The question never asks what's the effect of the price ceiling, but remember, effect of a price ceiling, we're going to have a shortage. Right here we're just calculating the new consumer surplus, the new producer surplus, and